The seeds of the China-Taiwan conflict were sown in the ashes of the Chinese Civil War. This bitter struggle, which erupted in 1927, pitted the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, against the nationalist government of the Republic of China, led by the Kuomintang, or KMT. For over 2 decades the two sides clashed, their rivalry exacerbated by internal strife and the upheaval of World War II. By 1949, the tide had turned decisively in favor of the CCP. Mao Zedong's forces, bolstered by popular support and strategic victories, pushed the KMT government into retreat. Seeking refuge, the remnants of the ROC government fled across the Taiwan Strait, establishing a government in exile on the island of Taiwan. This exodus marked a turning point in Chinese history, creating 2 separate entities, the People's Republic of China on the mainland, under the rule of the CCP, and the ROC in Taiwan, clinging to the hope of one day reclaiming the mainland. For decades, both sides maintained the claim that they were the legitimate government of all of China, a position that continues to fuel tensions today. The legacy of this division is profound. It has left a scar on the Chinese psyche, a constant reminder of national humiliation and unfinished business. For Beijing, the Taiwan issue is not simply a territorial dispute, but a matter of core national interest, a question of sovereignty and the unfinished business of reunification. In recent years, China's stance towards Taiwan has hardened considerably. Gone are the days of Deng Xiaoping's one country, two systems proposal, replaced by an increasingly assertive and uncompromising approach. Beijing, under the leadership of Xi Jinping, has made it abundantly clear that it will not tolerate any moves towards Taiwanese independence and is prepared to use force to prevent such an outcome. This shift in strategy is evident in China's increasingly aggressive military posture. The People's Liberation Army has ramped up its military exercises in the Taiwan Strait, conducting frequent drills simulating an invasion of the island. These exercises serve a dual purpose: to intimidate Taiwan and to signal to the United States and other regional powers that China is prepared to defend its interests, even at the risk of conflict. Beyond military muscle flexing, China has also resorted to more covert means to exert pressure on Taiwan. Espionage has become a key tool in Beijing's arsenal, with reports suggesting a vast network of Chinese agents operating within Taiwan. These operatives are tasked with gathering intelligence, spreading disinformation, and undermining Taiwan's government. China has also sought to isolate Taiwan diplomatically, pressuring countries around the world to sever ties with Taipei and recognize Beijing as the sole legitimate government of China. This strategy has had some success, with several countries switching their diplomatic allegiance in recent years. Facing this multifaceted threat, Taiwan finds itself in a precarious position. Geographically isolated and dwarfed by China's military might, the island's very existence depends on its ability to deter aggression and maintain international support. Taiwan's domestic political landscape adds another layer of complexity to the situation. The island is deeply divided between those who favor eventual unification with China and those who support independence. This division plays out in Taiwan's vibrant democracy, with the two main political parties, the KMT and the Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, representing these opposing views. The DPP, which currently holds the presidency, advocates for a more assertive stance towards China, emphasizing Taiwan's distinct identity and right to self-determination. The KMT, on the other hand, favors closer ties with the mainland, arguing that economic integration and dialogue are the best ways to secure Taiwan's future. This internal division complicates Taiwan's response to China's pressure campaign. While there is a broad consensus on the need to strengthen Taiwan's defenses, there is less agreement on how to achieve this goal. Some advocate for increased military spending and closer ties with the United States, while others fear that such moves could provoke China and make conflict more likely. The geopolitical stakes of the China-Taiwan conflict extend far beyond the shores of the Taiwan Strait. The region is home to some of the world's busiest shipping lanes, including the strategically vital Straits of Malacca. This narrow waterway, which connects the Indian Ocean to the South China Sea, is a global shipping artery, carrying a significant portion of the world's trade, including oil, natural gas, and manufactured goods. China, with its voracious appetite for raw materials and energy, is particularly reliant on the Straits of Malacca. Any disruption to shipping in this vital waterway would have severe consequences for the Chinese economy, potentially crippling its manufacturing sector and triggering widespread energy shortages. Recognizing the vulnerability of its supply lines, China has taken steps to reduce its dependence on the Straits of Malacca. These efforts include building pipelines through Central Asia and developing alternative shipping routes, such as the Kra Canal project in Thailand. However, despite these efforts, the Straits of Malacca remains a critical choke point for China, one that could be exploited by adversaries in the event of a conflict. Gap 2S. The South China Sea, a vital maritime region, is a flashpoint in the China-Taiwan conflict. This body of water is a corridor for global trade and a theater for geopolitical maneuvering. Hosting some of the busiest shipping lanes, it facilitates trillions of dollars worth of goods annually. Its waters are rich in untapped oil and natural gas reserves, making it economically significant. China has built man-made islands with military installations to assert dominance. This military presence aims to control the South China Sea and its resources. Neighboring countries see this as a threat to their sovereignty and resources. They balance economic ties with China against defending their territorial claims. The U.S. conducts freedom of navigation operations, challenging China's claims. The South China Sea is crucial for economic interests, military power, and international law. As China fortifies its presence, the region remains volatile with significant implications for global security.